What's the most terrible thing you're secretly happy about? I was 16 when my older sister Rachel ruined her own wedding. At least that's what everyone thought. The ceremony was supposed to start in 20 minutes. The church was full. Guests were seated. The florist was making last-minute adjustments. The photographer was already taking pictures. Everything was perfect. Then Rachel disappeared. At first, nobody panicked. People assumed she was touching up her makeup or calming her nerves. But 5 minutes became 10. 10 became 20. Soon, the wedding coordinator was frantically searching every room in the building. My mom was crying. My future brother-in-law, Daniel, looked completely lost. And Rachel was nowhere to be found. Then someone found her. She was in a bathroom stall, collapsed on the floor, unconscious. The ambulance arrived within minutes. The wedding was canceled. Guests went home whispering. Family members cried. And everyone assumed the stress of the wedding had simply overwhelmed her. At the hospital, doctors initially thought the same thing. Exhaustion. Dehydration. Maybe a panic attack. Nothing serious. But because she had lost consciousness unexpectedly, they ordered a series of tests just to be safe. Hours passed. Then more hours. Around midnight, a doctor walked into the waiting room carrying a stack of scans. His expression wasn't good. My mom immediately stood up. Is she okay? The doctor hesitated. Then he sat down. We found something. A wave of dread washed over me. What kind of something? My mom whispered. The doctor spread the scans across the table. There appears to be a mass near her brain. Everything around me seemed to stop. My mother looked like she'd forgotten how to breathe. Daniel just stared at the scans. A tumor? He asked. The doctor nodded. We can't be certain until additional testing, but yes, that's our concern. I remember my mom making a sound I'd never heard before. Half sob, half scream. Rachel was only 28. She exercised. She ate healthy. She'd never had any serious health problems. It made no sense. The next few days were a blur of tests, specialists, and terrifying conversations. The diagnosis finally came back. A slow-growing brain tumor. Cancerous? The specialist explained that Rachel had likely been living with it for years without knowing. The fainting spell had been caused by pressure building in exactly the wrong area. Another few months, maybe less, and the consequences could have been catastrophic. She might have suffered a major seizure while driving. She could have lost her vision. She could have died before anyone even knew what was wrong. The room went silent. Then Rachel laughed. Not because it was funny. Because it was unbelievable. So let me get this straight, she said. The worst day of my life just saved my life? Nobody knew how to answer that. The following months were brutal. She underwent surgery, then treatment. There were complications. Days when we thought we were losing her. Days when she was too exhausted to get out of bed. But she kept fighting. Every single day, Daniel never left. Not once. He drove her to appointments, slept in hospital chairs, held her hand through every terrifying update. A year later, Rachel was declared cancer-free. And 6 months after that, Daniel proposed again. This time there wasn't a giant wedding. No fancy venue. No expensive decorations. Just close family, a small garden. And Rachel standing there with a scar hidden beneath her hair and tears in her eyes. During the reception, someone jokingly asked if she was nervous this wedding might get canceled too. Rachel smiled. Then she looked around at all of us. At Daniel. At our mom. At the life she almost lost. And she said something I'll never forget. If that first wedding hadn't been ruined, I probably wouldn't be here today. Then she raised her glass. So this may sound terrible, but I'm grateful it happened. And for the first time, nobody disagreed.